We're here again at the Oregon State Capitol with Representative Jennifer Williamson of Portland. Last week we had a very long debate on the House floor, one of our longest of the session, on Senate Bill 941, which makes background checks universal for the sale and transfer of firearms in Oregon. Representative Williamson, you're a leader on this issue. You carried the bill during that long debate. Tell us why this bill is so important and what it's going to do for Oregonians.
Well, first, Representative Reed, I want to thank you for all of your support. This was truly a team effort, and without the House Democrats carrying this bill, we would have never gotten it passed. So I want to thank you for your support. This bill is important because we needed to close a very dangerous loophole in Oregon's 25-year-old background check law. We needed to close the loophole between private sellers, and we were able to do that in Senate Bill 941.
Now, a lot of things are changing in our economy, and one of the things that I've noticed is how many more things that used to happen in person-to-person kind of transactions are taking place on the internet. Is that true for firearms as well?
It absolutely is. We've seen gun sales move to internet sites like armslist.com, which is the self-described Craigslist of arms. And what used to happen in gun shows or in federally licensed firearm stores now happens in private transactions. So like everything else in our lives that we buy, it's moved online. So whether it's Amazon and buying books and records and things like that, we're seeing the exact same sort of change in the buying and selling of guns.
The firearms, at the same time, play a really essential part of our history and our culture in Oregon. There are a lot of people who hunt, a lot of people who collect guns, share them amongst family and neighbors. How's this bill taking account of that?
So 941 describes transfers and sales. So we took into account the kinds of loaning, hunting, target shooting kinds of activities that happen in a lot of Oregon communities. So when you lend a gun to go hunting, that's not really a transfer of the ownership of that gun. So this bill doesn't impact those kinds of activities. And then for the people who we've exempted from doing background checks, it's mostly family members because we know that people know the background of their families. And so we wanted to respect both families and activities that Oregonians enjoy.
I think we can be proud of Oregon being on the leading edge of this movement, but we're not the first state. So what can we learn from what other states have done in this regard?
25 years ago, Oregon was on the front lines when it came to gun sales. And now we are the 18th state to have universal background checks. So we've taken a while, and I'm very proud that we're joining those ranks.
Very good. Now, in the week since we passed the bill, our office has gotten literally thousands of emails from people all over the state expressing thanks for our efforts. Has that been your experience in your office as well?
Absolutely. We know that over 80% of Oregonians support universal background checks, and they do because they save lives. We know in states that have universal background checks that 48% fewer law enforcement are killed by handguns, that 48% less gun trafficking happens, and that 46% fewer women die by gunshot wounds by their intimate partners. And so we know it makes a difference, and so do Oregonians. And so the thank you emails and support have been fantastic.
Well, thanks to your efforts and some of our colleagues, the bill passed the House after having passed the Senate. And later in the days that followed, Governor Brown signed the bill. So this is now going to be the law of the land in Oregon. In the weeks that remain in our session, we'll be turning our attention to the budget and a number of other issues that matter to Oregonians.